in the video. It's not me, guys. I'm not watching anything sus. I mean, the thumbnail is very sus of this video, but I'm just want to react to MGTOW moments when women walk up and agreed with men. I want to see, because I love when women agree with men, because we're all humans and we can. Oh, hi Grimmy, what's up? Welcome. Dude, listen. Oh my god. You know what would be the best part? If I stayed here long enough for my thumbnail on Twitch to change so people click on this thumbnail. Is she reacting to popcorn live on stream? That would be it, bro. Okay, let's go. Also, don't ask me how I know, alright? We're just...
Never giving credit where it's due because you don't like pussy in power.
Women.
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 Oof. Let's go, girl! How is she agreeing with men?
Stop being horny.
But the world doesn't owe you understand.
What was with that? How did that woman agree with men? I mean, men agree with her, but I don't know the other. What happened there?
So I don't go.
Chat,
Men don't go to
it.
women and say, "Accept me short, accept me broke, accept me fat." But we go to them and say, "Accept us ran through." That's not a fair deal.
Well, some
Like,
women,
so-
some women, a
so
lot of
it-
women do accept men that are short and broke.
Not if you look
No,
at the
no,
data.
a
Not if
lot
you look
of
at the data.
women
Men only
do.
swipe right on, or women only swipe right on dating apps 5% of the time. 5%. On the high end, 20%. Women do not accept, and that's the number one place that people are meeting today. So women actually, we do not accept men that are short, broken, fat. Historically, even throughout all of history, most men didn't even get to reproduce. That's a privilege.
Oh, reproducing was a privilege?
Did the police arrest you?
No, they didn't. I was exercising my First Amendment right.
No, you can exercise.
Wait, what did she do? I didn't even notice.
Most men didn't even
I
get.
was literally looking at the chat. Chat, stop being interesting.
Have something to show the cops when they get here.
Who gives that?
Did the police arrest you?
No, they didn't. I was exercising my First Amendment right.
No, you can exercise your First Amendment rights, but if your conduct is disorderly, they can arrest you. Do you understand?
It wasn't just a conduct. It was.
Oh, I could actually make a case for that. If I lived in the house across the street from you and I had children in the house, young children, and you were screaming with a bullhorn profanities, I would call the police and say there's a lunatic in the front of the house who is disturbing the peace, and I have young children in the house, and the police would come and arrest you.
Women need to remind themselves just because you can do something, it doesn't mean you should do it.
Guys in the friend zone.
Because we don't like them, they're too nice.
What's wrong with being nice?
We like toxic.
There are all of these reports coming out about how young men...
Oh my god. Honestly, I feel like, to be honest with you, when you're a teenager girl, and maybe like until your 20s, you are kind of influenced by this toxicity thing that they're talking about. But the older a woman gets, the more she appreciates a nice guy. I can tell you that.
Men are having less sex, they're not dating as frequently, they're getting married at lower rates, and I think we just found the reason why. Because who would want to put up with that?
Women find drama is more engaging than stability. We men are tired of being roller coaster emotion.
I hope that you choke on a piece of concrete and literally go to hell.
Let's dissect this awful, awful take. Why don't you want to be fat? Go on. Tell me, is it because of your health? So you assume all fat people are unhealthy? Is it because you don't want to look like them, which is still fatphobic? It's kind of like how people with eating disorders have internalized fat phobia, and we need to work on that and learn to accept that and move on and heal from them. Sorry, I'm being quiet. And before you make a comment about my health, my ratios are a little high because I'm dehydrated and my glucose is a little high, but not an issue. My doctor's never brought it up.
The audacity to assume someone's health and their personal journey, but you cannot assume them.
Millionaires who are more than willing to put their hands in their pockets for women and children would not give me a penny for a refuge for men. And nothing's changed, as you all know.
I am mad. I can't watch this video, bro. This guy is literally skipping every coin. And I know this, like, why am I focusing on this when I'm trying to listen to what the woman is saying? He's legit purposefully skipping every coin to get on my nerves. He avoiding
would not
it.
give me a penny for a refuge for men.
Oh my God, it's triggering.
And nothing's changed, as you all know. There is no provision, virtually. Every so often somebody seriously tries, there's a couple of beds, and then they go down for that. Or those of you who know Earl Silverman from Canada, he hanged himself in the end because he tried to keep his home open for men and refuge. And he really was naive enough to believe the Canadian government would listen to what he was saying and the numbers of men who asked him for help. And in the end, he took his own life out of a sense
That
of
is terrible,
absolute
bro.
despair.
I feel sorry for
And
men sometimes.
at the moment,
you know,
this
like,
is
all
a
right, I feel sorry for both men and women. It's cases, it's individual cases. But to see how many people don't trust what men go through and that they can't... Like, look with Johnny Depp in 2022. This is exactly what is going on, and I feel so sad about it.
Perilous time for people like me who have sons, grandsons, and great-grandsons. What kind of a world am I at 79 going to leave my children and all of my children?
World, I can tell you, we're screwed.
They're perilous times for men and boys. And there's the frightening part of it is anywhere you look, it's perilous. It's perilous in education. I was teaching children to read, and I chose to have boys because boys find it harder. And all I can say, I stuck the year because I had 3 boys. But it was child abuse towards the boys. Mostly they were screamed at. And again, there were no men around. These were mostly teachers, desperate, trying to do their best. And what people don't seem to realize, and all of us know, that when boys get into 9, 10, 11, they need male authority figures. They do not react to women's authority because quite naturally and biologically, they're pulling away from that feminine.
I have a nephew, and he constantly likes guys, and he follows guys, and he imitates guys. Since he was 2 years old, I noticed he doesn't like women. He has his mom to take care of him, yeah, but he just goes for guys, and he loves that. And that's the thing, small boys, they always look up for grown, especially if he has a mustache or whatnot. Like, they always look at them if they're big or something. They want to follow them.
And turning outwards
they want to act like them.
To find their own masculine identities, the other that they need. So I left that. And then recently, from all the different kinds of abuses that have plagued my life and killed so many men, is really false allegations, which is exactly the situation that killed Carl Sargent. And the fact that he can be sacked, he's lost the whole of his life's work.
Like Johnny Depp got sacked from Hollywood. He lost everything he worked for because of a woman's wrong allegations. It's legit so sad. Did he just leave us?
It doesn't matter people saying, oh, well, as they've said to me, oh, well, he must be guilty, that's why he did it. No, any man who knows that there are accusations against him knows he will probably lose his job. If he has children, he has to move out of his house. This is only allegations, no evidence. Has to move out of his house, and it'll take over a year before there'll be any kind of a court case. Now, what people don't know is that the woman, and it's 99.9%, it's women who are making these allegations. These women get paid. The Criminal Compensation Board, from the moment she makes the allegation with no evidence, can hand out up to $500,000 in compensation, depending on what the extent of the so-called allegation.
What?
Taxpayers are paying this. And if she then...
I am paying for this. You are paying for this. Everyone here who pays their taxes is paying for this. So yes, it is us. Yeah, it is our problem.
He then is acquitted. They keep the money. And the police will help you fill in the form. This is a matter of fact, not fiction.
Oh my God.
And it's been going on for a long, long time. The only reason that it's all coming to common ground now is because this man in the Welsh Assembly hanged himself. And I am hoping that his family will do what I did when Keita died. I took the Home Office right the way through the entire court system in England and then to Brussels. And my wish is that it's going to take, we men have to start suing. No one is going to listen until they do. Because what they do, they play the paper trail with you.
You do what Johnny Depp did. Just do it. Fight for your right.
Letters, memos, yes, assertions, texts, anything. But they do not actually take any action. I don't know how many of you have seen Mark Pearson's case. He was going home completely innocent, Waterloo Station. Did any of you see that case? Yep. There was, next morning, police outside. You've been accused of abusing this woman on the platform. The actual details of the abuse are so gross, they're not physically possible. A judge told the CPS that they should give the case up. CPS insisted. Now, why would the CPS insist when the actual CTV cameras showed that he didn't touch her? He walked straight past her. Why would they do that? Well, 63% of the staff of the Crown Prosecution Service are women. Alison Saunders is a very well-known radical feminist. And I'll bet my bottom dollar so are the other 62 women. And it's open season on men. And I think, and people aren't coming out and being honest, because what tends to happen, it's like being drummed out of the brownies. I was a feminist for about 5 minutes when I realized it was nothing to do with equity feminist. It was a Marxist movement, and it was a movement designed to raise money. It was never about women's issues. And what happened, it started in America, and I remember it coming over here. And I remember the early collectives that we all had to go and join. You went to your house, you created a collective. And then we were all told that our problem was our husbands. It was just good old-fashioned communist brainwashing, actually, which I knew a lot about because my parents had been captured by communists. We didn't see them for 3 years.
And what did this woman go through, bro?
It's huge. It's $1 billion industry. 300 million a year goes to refuge and women's aid. And women's aid, Welsh Women's Aid, are one of the most vociferous groups, anti-men, violently anti-men, and will actually act against all fathers' interests. And the problem is the judiciary has been usurped by feminist training methods, because feminists do all the training right the way through almost everything in this country that happens. And for those of you who have ever had to come across the Duluth model, that is one of the most dangerous things that you can be forced to do by Kafka's social workers and a judge. And if you are forced onto one of their programs, one of the first things you have to do is to apologize for your male privileges. How can the government fund such an openly obvious political ideology? We have to get, we get spent on details because the stories that are happening are so horrifying.
Like, see these stories? I never heard of stories like this before. I lived half of my life in an Arab country in Jordan, and the thing about it, it's so unbelievable. It's so hard for me to even understand and digest these things, because I grew up as a person who really respected men and especially father figure or brother. Like, that's how it is in my culture, you know. And I never really realized that things like this are happening. And now seeing this, honestly, I feel like in America and Europe, it happens so much more because women have so much more rights, and some women, unfortunately, figured out that they can abuse those rights and abuse this power. But then if you reflect and see how the lack of rights women have in other countries, like in specific Arabic countries or Middle Eastern ones, you can see how different it is. And that's why I am really shocked and surprised with what's going on. And when she tells me that so many cases, and this happens so much times, and that we pay the taxes for these people to abuse this power, and I'm like, what? How did it end up here? How did women get rights end up correlating with this, you know? And it's sad. I can't believe
But we
it.
do have to get to the nub of the problem. This, I've always called it the evil empire. And until we actually start dismantling the funding, we're never going to get anywhere.
Yeah, the
because it's
funding.
self-perpetuating.
The funding is the
And
problem.
tonight-
When you put money, so much money into it, people will do crazy things for money. Like if a woman will falsely accuse a man into doing something, and what she gets is freedom, peace, I don't know, safety, you would think, yes, she went through the struggle and she got these things, and that's it, that's what she's fighting for. But when you add money into it, then is it really what she's fighting for? Like, then you have questions.
And everywhere, hopefully, we are discussing the fact that men are dying, and they're dying from this condition. And the condition they're dying from is being hated, being discriminated against. In a sense, if you look at the figures of men who lose their homes, their families, their children, and most of them, 90% of those homeless men are there as a result of domestic violence. They've been kicked out, they've been lost.
Shit.
Those are the ones
What kind
that...
of a woman can you be, ex-wife or a mother, to let the father of your child or your ex-husband be on the streets for the rest of his life? Like, I just can't believe that.
survive just.
It's so sad.
We look at that.
Especially
I think it's a form of
falsely.
genocide. I really do. I can't see anywhere in history when women have turned on men like this, men as who are the protectors. It's men who are out working. 75% of taxes are paid by men who are there, and they are working for their wives, their children, and their families. And I just think the time has come to get down to brass tacks and no longer be afraid. Of course you're afraid. I had all my books that I've ever written
Somebody at the door.
pulped, and I lost my income. I'm on income support and I live in one room. It doesn't matter. The only thing I own in life is a very old car. But you have to, at some point, stand up and be counted. It's too easy just to be
so
horrified,
wise, yeah.
upset, moved. We need action, and we need action from men. And I have noticed over the years, more and more men are taking action and speaking out.
Johnny
And I
Depp.
salute them because I know what they have to lose.
Yeah.
I think my 15 minutes is up.
To be honest, Johnny Depp, at that point, he had nothing to lose. He lost everything already. So why not go all out? Why not literally go against everything? Everything. And he freaking won. Like, that tells you, if you believe in something and you are wrongly accused, then go for it. Fight for your rights. Fight for your truth. Because it's really, like, what else? You're going down either way, you know?
Okay.
You did amazing.
Women who've been through
honestly.
life will understand. They are better than modern women these days.
Imagine we lived in a
Oh, he just said they are better than modern women these days. Now, I don't agree with him calling modern women something different than women who went through hell back in the day. Yes, it is true. Back in the day, traditionally, women had to go through a lot more, and they suffered more, and they worked harder to get the stuff that they had. But modern women don't have to at the same time be evil women or bad women or whatever, you know. Like, there is a couple of us out there who have an easier life than this grandma as a woman, but still we're not assholes, you know.
World where women talked more smack and were more judgmental about other women's bodies than men were. But for some reason, society convinces women that it's men that are doing it to us.
No.
Could you imagine?
No, that is not true. Women judge other women more than men do. And a lot of these body shaming and body, like, this comes from other women, because in fashion it's a lot of times also like the women perspective. So
What's that? Aliens? Oh, we already live on that planet? That's why you won't come visit us? Okay.
oh my god, thank you, Hachi. I have to change it. Wait. Oh no, okay, I fixed it. Thank you so much for the $10.
Makes sense.
It's glitched my alerts. Thank you.
You are
Even
not.
though I turned off my alerts.
What? What's that? Aliens? Oh, we already live on that planet? That's why you won't come visit us? Okay. Makes sense. Thank you.
Women, aliens are not visiting.
Not my type.
Damn.
But very handsome.
Off the bat.
Not to sound mean, I mean, everybody has a type, but come on, man. Now, if the guy says, I like my women that can stand up and talk to me, what you...
Imagine he said that. Damn. Honestly, he should have. I think he would get a lot of hate, but he will get a lot of support as well. How can she say stuff like that to him in his face and he can't say anything in return?
If the guy says, I like my women that can stand up and talk to me, what you...
I think women should be able to have preferences. Yes, girl, these men ain't shit. Yeah, you should. I think we should be able to have preferences when dating. So true.
The double standards are getting worse and women just can't admit that.
So true.
But still glad that there are still some women still have common sense.
What makes a woman high value and what makes her low value? Let's talk about it. A woman who respects herself, respects her body, and has boundaries, high value. Women that sleep around, low value. Follow the streets! Sorry, ladies, no man that wants to make you his wife wants you to have a freaking massive body count. Oh, but I'm just having fun. Doesn't mean you have to sleep with the whole neighborhood. Independence, confidence, intelligence, high value. Codependence, being stupid, no brain, low value. Having goals, aspirations, being motivated to get further in life, high value. I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to, get a rich man to take care of me and do nothing. Low value. This is gonna piss some people off. I don't give a fuck.
No, this is so true. And I found myself in all of these high value ones.
She go right into the hard truth.
It
Bet
is
all
so
other
true.
nonsense women will come for her.
Why are men not allowed to have standards? Let's talk. Girl who's overweight? Empowerment. Guy who's overweight? Lazy loser. Girl that's a bum?
So true.
Cute. Guy who's a bum? Cut.
Yep, sometime double standard be like that. If we men were allowed to have standards, it'd mean women would have to work and improve themselves, and they don't want to do that.
PSA? I feel like women are entitled, some women, of course. When I say women, I'm talking about the ones that we are having issues with, all right? I feel like they are so entitled and they think just by existing as a woman, you deserve all the best. And I don't know if this comes from being raised by your parents, where they tell you that you're the most beautiful, the most intelligent, you deserve the best, and your man should take care of you, this and that. Of course, your father would want that for you. Of course, that's normal. But I still feel like a lot of women think that they are entitled to whatever just because they love a man and they exist. I'm giving you love. So in return, you have to give me everything I want and you have to treat me so good. Like, no. Of course, a man wants to be loved, but he wants to be taken care of and so many other things as well. So yeah, that's
Bad bitches drive white vehicles.
Damn. Wait a minute.
Wait, did you PSA, I have never met a bad bitch that didn't drive a white vehicle. And the guy...
Damn. Wait a minute.
He's twerking.
Like and subscribe.
Ouch, my ears. Okay, this was such a good video. I shared a lot of info about it. I can talk so much more about it as well. But I really love checking videos like this because it is true, and also just to share these issues and problems that we are going through. The more we talk about these things, the more normal they become, and the more people, especially men, will open up and feel more secure about sharing their own struggles and troubles because we accept them and we are comforting them and we're there for them, you know? And that's why I like to watch videos like this. Thanks so much for sharing. This was awesome. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this. And like it.